Good morning, my Algebra 1 kids. I hope you guys are doing good today. I hope yesterday's lesson was pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy. I hope you did well on the homework online. So today we're going to go ahead and do the second part of lesson 8.4, multiplying special cases. So you're going to need some paper, a pencil, just a basic calculator, your textbook 506, and homework 68. And this will be also online. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, give you a moment to write that down. You can pause it, and I'm going to move on. All right, so yesterday we talked about doing a special case where you were having to square a binomial. So today we're going to talk about what's called the product of a sum and difference. And what this means is we're going to take the product of a binomial that's being added times a binomial that's being subtracted, and that's the only difference, is one's being added and the other is being subtracted. So another name that they call this is called the difference of two squares. This means when I multiply the product of a sum and a difference, this is what I get. This will be the result. So when you multiply a sum and a difference together, you should get the difference of two squares. And we're going to show you how that happens. All right, so we're going to first show it to you in rules and how that works. So we're going to first start out with A and B, so A plus B. That's the sum that they're talking about. Sum. And then this time we'll do the difference, minus. So difference, minus. So they look completely identical with the exception of one's being added for sum and one is being subtracted, difference. So then we're going to show you when you do this, this produces A squared minus B squared, which is the difference of two squares. Difference, subtraction sign, 1 square, 2 squares. So this is what this is called here. This is called the difference of two squares. So you're going to start out like this, and then you will produce like this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and show it to you with values instead of just letters. So we're going to start it simple. We're going to do x plus 2 times x minus 2. We'll show you the long way and then the short way. So if we do the long way, which you guys have learned last week, we're going to take our x and multiply it by our x. So x times x. We're going to take our positive x and multiply it by a negative 2. Then we'll take our positive 2 and multiply it by a positive x. Then we'll take our positive 2 and multiply it by the negative 2. All right, this is what you learned to do last week. X times x is x squared. X times negative 2, negative 2x. Remember, coefficient followed by variable. And then 2 times x, 2x. And 2 times negative 2, negative 4. Just like last week, we're going to go ahead and combine these two in the middle. We'll bring down our x squared. Negative 2x plus 2x, well, they cross cancel each other out. And you're left with a minus 4. So as you can see, it looks like this guy. First value squared, because x squared, minus sign, and 4 is a perfect square, because this is the same as 2 squared. So now I'm going to show you that same one, we'll write this up, but in the short method. Short method is if I have this x plus 2 times the x minus 2. If I'm multiplying a sum times a difference, all I have to do is multiply the first two, x times x, and then minus the last two, 2 times 2. If you want to say plus 2 times negative 2, I'll put it in that way, 2 times negative 2. So x times x is x squared, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. As you can see, these are both the same exact answer, much quicker method. All right, we're going to try some in your books. So we're going to go to page 508. So let's scoot this up. Page 508. And we're going to try a few here. All right, we're going to do number 25 to start with. Number 25 on page 508, we got v plus 6. That's my sum. And v minus 6, that's my difference. So I want to find the product of the sum and the difference. So to do this, we multiply just the first two, because when we do it up here in this long method, your middle ones will always cancel each other out. You will be left with no middle term, just the first term and the last term. So here we go. We'll do v times v, and then we're going to do positive 6 times negative 6. And v times v is v squared, and 6 times negative 6 is negative 36. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, we're going to do another one. We're going to do 10 plus y, which would be, this would be number 29. So we're going to do 10 plus y times 10 minus y. All right, so this is a sum times a difference, not just because the signs are different, but because they're completely, both first terms are y, first terms are 10 and second terms are y. Then it's a plus and a minus. So we're going to multiply the first terms together, 10 times 10. Then we multiply the second terms, positive y times negative y. And then we multiply 10 times 10, 100. And then y times negative y is negative y squared. Now this will also hold true even if the numbers are slightly bigger. So let's do something like number 46. We're going to go to number 46 in your book. We got 2g plus 9h times 2g minus 9h. So again, they're both first terms are 2g, both last terms are 9h. So the first set's the sum, the second set's the difference. So we'll take the first terms, 2g times 2g. Then we'll take the last terms, positive 9h times negative 9h. And then we just simplify. 2 times 2 is 4. G times g is g squared. Positive 9 times negative 9 is negative 81. And h times h is h squared. So final answer, 4g squared minus 81h squared. All right, and we're going to try one more, just slightly a little harder. Number 49. Okay, 49, we got 3w cubed minus z squared, and 3w cubed plus z squared. So again, our first terms are the same, our last terms are the same, and one's minus and one's plus. It doesn't matter if it's plus minus, minus plus. So we're going to follow our rules. We'll take our first terms, which is 3w to the third times 3w to the third. Then we'll take our last term, which is negative z squared times positive z squared. All right, so we're going to follow the same rule. Nothing is going to change. So we're going to do 3 times 3, which is 9. When we multiply, we add exponents. So w to the third times w to the third is w to the 3 plus 3, which is 6. Then we got a negative times a positive is a negative. And then our z's, we add our exponents. 2 plus 2 is 4. Final answer. So the rule will stay the same just as long as the first terms are identical, the last terms are identical, and the signs are opposite. One's either positive negative or negative positive. It doesn't matter. And that is the end of our lesson today. I hope you guys had a fantastic day, and I hope you do well on the homework tonight, and talk to you again later.